Hi everyone. Today we're going to study piecewise continuous functions. Let us define piecewise continuous functions. A function is piecewise continuous on an interval if it has a finite number of subintervals on which the function is continuous. Let us see this example. Check if the function f of x is continuous at x equals 2. In here, the function is a piecewise function and we have two functions here on the given subintervals. The first function is for x minus 2 over x minus 1 when x is less than or equal to 2. The other function is for x minus 2 when x is greater than 2. Remember about the rule of continuity. The equation must satisfy the three conditions. Number 1, f of c must exist. Condition 2, the limit of f of x as x approaches c exists. And condition 3, the limit of the function must be equal to the f of c. In this problem, the value c is the number 2, so we substitute it here. So we say now that in the condition 1, f of 2 must exist in the function. Number 2, the limit of f of x as x approaches 2 must exist. Condition 3, the limit of the function as x approaches 2 is equal to f of 2. Let us first check if condition 1 is satisfied. For our f of 2, we're going to use the function 4x minus 2 over x minus 1. We are using this function because of the equality on the symbol here, and that corresponds to the f of 2. Evaluating this fraction now, when x is equal to 2, we have 4 times 2 minus 2 all over 2 minus 1. Simplifying the numerator, 4 times 2 is 8 minus 2 becomes 6. In the denominator, 2 minus 1 is 1. And 6 over 1 is simply 6. So f of 2 is equal to 6. So we say now that condition 1 is satisfied and the value is 6. Let us check condition 2. The limit of f of x as x approaches 2 must exist. In here, since we have a piecewise function, let us check first for a right-hand limit. The limit of f of x as x approaches 2 from the right. In this case, this greater than symbol denotes the right side function. So we're going to use the function here, and let us substitute this function in our notation here. So we have the limit of 4x minus 2 as x approaches 2 from the right. Evaluating this limit, it means we will substitute the number 2 for the x. So 4 times 2 is 8 and minus 2 will give us 6. Let us check for the left side limit. That is the limit of f of x as x approaches 2 from the left. In here, this less than idea in the first subinterval denotes the left side function. So we're going to use this function for our limit here. So we write now the limit of 4x minus 2 over x minus 1 as x approaches 2 from the left. Evaluating this limit, we substitute the number 2 to every x in the function. So we have 4 times 2 minus 2 all over 2 minus 1. So we have 6 in the numerator over 1 in the denominator. We simplify this into 6. We see here now that the right hand limit is equal to the left hand limit and the value is 6. So we say now that condition 2 is also existing. So the limit of f of x as x approaches 2 is equal to that same value, which is 6. Now for condition 3, we will check if the limit of the function as x approaches 2 is equal to f of 2. Our limit is equal to 6 and f of 2 is equal to 6. So condition 3 is satisfied. So we say here, since the three conditions are satisfied, the function is continuous at x equals 2. This is our final answer. Let us see example 2. For what values of a, the function f of x is continuous at x equals 1. We have two functions here for the respective intervals. The first function is ax minus 1 when x is less than or equal to 1. The other function is 3x squared plus 1 when x is greater than 1. For our solution, since f of x is continuous at x equals 1, we assume that the limit of the function f of x as x approaches 1 is equal to f of 1. Also, the limit of f of x as x approaches 1 from the right is equal to the limit of f of x as x approaches 1 from the left. Substituting the corresponding functions, we have now the limit of 3x squared plus 1 as x approaches 1 from the right is equal to the limit of ax minus 1 as x approaches 1 from the left. Let us substitute the values of 1 to the respective x. So we have 3 times 1 squared plus 1 equals a times 1 minus 1. Simplifying this equation, we have now 3 plus 1 equals a minus 1. The left side becomes 4. If we transpose the negative 1 to the left side, it becomes 4 plus 1, and that is equal to 5. So the value of a equals 5. This is our final answer. I hope you learned something from this video. See you again next time.